Hi, I'm Tim from Metal Form Tow and Farm. Today I'm going to show you how to carry out regular maintenance tasks on your Tow and Collect 1500 Pro. There are 4 tasks: greasing the grease points, oiling the chain, checking and cleaning the air filter, and checking and cleaning the engine cooling system. There are three things we require for these tasks: a grease gun, chain lube, and a 10mm socket. First maintenance task on the Tow and Collect is greasing. There is a total of 6 grease nipples across the Tow and Collect. Firstly, I'll show you how to grease the 2 nipples on the right hand side, which are related to the height adjuster. Using a grease gun, pump 1 or 2 pumps into each grease nipple. The second area to grease on the machine is on the Ketchup pivot. There are 2 grease nipples, one on the right hand side and one on the far left hand side. On each side, using the grease gun, give 1 or 2 pumps to ensure grease comes out the side. The second grease nipple on the Ketchup pivot is on the left hand side in between the catcher and the catcher opening mechanism. To access this easily, we'll open the catcher to the halfway point, which will allow us to get the grease gun to this nipple. Again, like all other nipples, give 1 or 2 pumps on the grease gun to ensure there's enough grease in the pivot. The last place to grease on the machine is on the axle. To access these 2 grease nipples, the catcher must be in the full open position, starting on the left hand side. Again, 1 to 2 pumps of grease into each nipple. Greasing is now complete. The second maintenance task is to oil the chain. This can be done through this access hole in the cover. The best way to do this is start the engine, increase the revs, which will engage the clutch and turn the chain. When the chain is turning, using spray chain lube, aim the spray lube through the hole and spray onto the chain. The third maintenance task on the Tow and Collect 1500 is checking and cleaning the air filter. This can be done by undoing this cap and removing the air filter from inside. The best practice is to replace these when it gets dirty, though you can clean it if you need to. There are 2 parts to the air filter. The air filter element on the outside, which can be removed and washed in hot soapy water and replaced, taking note that before it is put back on the filter it needs to be completely dry. Once the air filter element is removed, you can blow compressed air down the inside of this filter, which will blow the dust off the outside. Once that's clean again, it can be replaced and put back in. The fourth task in the maintenance is checking and cleaning the air cooling around the engine. This is done with a 10mm socket by removing this cover from under the engine. To remove this cover, there are 3 bolts. One on here, one under the engine, and one that you can't see on the far left hand side. These need to be removed with a 10mm socket. Once you have removed these bolts, this cover is now loose. You can now access in between the cover and the cooling fins of the engine. The important thing to note here is to check that there is no debris or grass deposit inside the cover here. If there is, it needs to either be cleaned out by removing the grass or blowing compressed air in there. Once you have cleaned out the cooling system, you can now replace the cover and put the 3 bolts back in. You'll notice on this side here, it's not just a bolt but a bracket as well, which places there. The bolt fits on the muffler mount like so. Remember to tighten these up with the 10mm socket. Thanks for watching today's tech tip on how to carry out regular maintenance on your Tow & Collect 1500 Pro. Until next time, happy collecting.